The day Lichen Prince chose his mate, I unwrapped my chest binding and confessed to him I was a girl. But it only leaves me 10 years of neglect as his Luna, being cheated and my entire pack slaughtered. Reborn, I won't make the same mistake.
Blake, help me look. Which she-wolf would make a good mate?
Her, Your Highness.
She's too stiff and boring. I don't want her. If there's another life, I'd rather never have known you were a she-wolf. Then I would have mated Clara that day instead.
Elder Hayes leads the council. Choose his daughter as your mate, and your claim to the throne as Alpha King will be unshakable.
I understand.
I'd spent 5 years at his side. Same classes, same meals, a she-wolf who pretended to be male. Over time, we developed feelings for each other, but in his eyes, I was male.
Blake, if only you had a twin sister, I'd defy everything to mate her.
A pity. I don't.
I stood outside the Black Moon Pack's gates. Last life as Adrian's Luna, he had charged my pack with treason and had every last one of them slaughtered. My father died full of hate and resentment.
I spent 17 years raising you, paving a golden path for your future. And you, for some foolish romance, you destroyed our entire pack.
From that day forward, I lived in regret. But now, fate had given me a second chance. I sat in the study all night. By morning, the Alpha King had issued a decree. Adrian and Clara Hayes were to be mated. At the same time, a second decree arrived for me. Adrian had requested it himself. I was to report to the southern border as patrol commander in 2 months. I went to Adrian's estate immediately, but Adrian refused to see me. He sent word through a servant.
You're my most trusted friend, Black. This was my gift. No thanks necessary.
He didn't know that in the last life, after 10 years of us growing apart, what he'd wanted most was to kill me. But as patrol commander, that was good for me, nothing but good. I was glad. In the last life at this point, I had already revealed myself, and Adrian and I had spent a steamy night together. The next day, he knelt outside the Alpha King's hall in a snowstorm for 3 straight days.
The throne or a woman? Are you really telling me you can't choose?
He was always controlled, never let anything show, but he cried then.
If I can't have Blake Ashfield as my mate, I'd rather not be Lyman King at all.
He even pardoned me for the deception. But after that, my father in court was never trusted with anything again. None of that was going to happen this time. From that day on, I put everything into my training, and Adrian was busy preparing the mating ceremony. He stopped sending for me. I thought this would be it, the end between us. Adrian was busy preparing his mating ceremony. He stopped sending for me in court. Silas Sterling, Lycan Beta's son.
Adrian finally got tired of you? Why haven't I seen you two together lately? Do you know, today, Adrian and Clara would be attending the Moon Goddess Festival? Are you coming? Come on! One day Adrian would be the new Lycan King. You can't let him forget you.
I'm not going. I ship out to the southern border in 2 months. I have enough to deal with.
The prince has never been close to any she-wolf in his life. Aren't you even a little curious what he looks like around Clara?
Why do I need to? I'd already seen it for 10 years. Adrian would make Clara moan so loud for the entire household to hear when I was just next door, suffering from sleeplessness. He even took my twins when they were born and gave them to her to raise. Thinking of this, my heart ached suddenly. I turned to leave. Silas grabbed my arm.
Adrian, over here!
Silas. My prince.
I turned and met Adrian's cold eyes.
Where is Clara?
But Adrian didn't answer. Instead, he locked eyes with me. Later I learned this outing had been arranged by the Lycan King and Luna. But at the last moment, Adrian stood Clara up. I looked away from his scorching gaze. The two then talked and walked ahead while I quietly followed. I quickly turned and wandered further into the festival crowd and bought a bouquet of flowers. On the way back,
Who do you think you are, little brat?
You've got some nerve to hurt the royal guard. Thank you so much. I was just... A delicate girl like you shouldn't be walking around this area.
but I couldn't tell whom.
I was supposed to meet someone tonight. He didn't show.
I didn't think much of it and sent her on her way. But the moment we parted, I spotted a unit of royal warriors moving through the crowd. They were looking for someone. I leaned in to catch who they were looking for. It was me.
What's wrong with you?
You just disappear like that. Do you have any idea how long we've been looking?
I'm a warrior. What could possibly happen to me?
That's what I thought too. But Adrian damn near lost it when he couldn't find you. Especially after word got out there were drunkards causing trouble tonight.
Then he stepped aside. Adrian was standing right behind him, rigid jaw, eyes locked on me, not moving. He pulled me closer, arm around my shoulders. Blake, I swear, I've seen the hottest she-wolves at every bar in this kingdom, and not one of them had a waist like yours.
It's a waste that you're not a she-wolf. If Blake Ashford were female, I doubt anyone would dare mate her.
I knew Adrian well enough to know he was pissed. We grew up almost inseparable. I was the smallest wolf in the class. Other young wolves bullied me. Only Adrian protected me. He was my best friend. Our bond went far deeper than friendship, but I'd lived one more life than him. If possible, I wished we'd never met. But that day, someone from the council administration came, saying my southern border assignment was missing one final approval: the Lichen Prince's seal. By coincidence, the Hayes family was holding a banquet to celebrate Elder Hayes's birthday. They sent me an invitation as well. In my past life, before our mating ceremony, everyone was gossiping Adrian's falling for me before knowing I was a girl. Because of this, I glanced at the invitation once, then threw it aside. But this time, when I saw that invitation, I felt like I'd struck gold. At the banquet, I saw Clara Hayes. In her bearing and gestures, she already carried a future Luna's grace and dignity. I sat across from them. It was like seeing the devoted mates from my past life. Halfway through the banquet,
Your Highness.
What?
My border assignment requires only Your Highness's seal to take effect now. Could you—
Today is my future mate's father's birthday. I'm not dealing with paperwork. Come find me another time.
But
then an arrow came out of nowhere.